There we are, Won't Back Down by Kearney. Here's the sheet music. You can kind of pause as we go along and read it for yourself. And this is the last line of the verse. Hey Michael, what's up? I'm glad you asked me to do this because I like the song. I've never heard it before, but I'm excited to try. So this is my first video lesson, so bear with me. I'll give you a little example. We'll just do the verse first, and then we'll move on to other sections. And so here is an example of the first verse. You woke the morning up, running off the darkest night, the longest fight I've seen. Here goes a chance I know, cashing in on all my chips, let all my ships come fly. Alright, this song is in the key of G, which means, if you remember from our scales, that there's one sharp and it's F sharp. Let's refresh on the scale. Our G scale looks a little bit like this. Remember, curved fingers, level wrist, and this is the sharp, F sharp. So remember, if it's in the key of G, most likely all of the notes will be white, except for this F. Most likely you're not finding an F, but all the F's will become sharp. One other thing before we start learning the notes, remember our finger numbers. Sounds funny. But our thumbs are 1, 2, 3, 4, and pinkies are 5. So we're going to start with our left second finger on G. It's a whole note, so 4 counts. And I'll just, the first one will be a G. The second one will be an F sharp with your third finger. Then up to A with your thumb, and fourth finger on E. Alright, so it's just 4 count the whole way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get the idea. It goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it does the exact same thing twice through, and then you're through with the first verse. The right hand starts with a G chord. If you remember, chords can be built from the scales. We have a G, and then we skip the second note of the scale, go to the third, skip the fourth note of the scale, and go to the fifth. So G, B, D is our G chord, and we're actually doing an inversion of the G chord. So it's still a G chord, the same notes, G, B, and D, except our D is going to drop down to the lower D. So the fingering will be thumb on D, middle finger on G, and pinky on B. And with the left hand, it'll sound like this. Each measure is just pretty much just going to be 4 of each of the chords that we learn. So they're quarter notes. We're going to go through 1, 2, woke the morning up. You got the first one. The second one, the thumb stays in the same place on the D. Your second finger, which is in kind of floating around, is going to be on the E. It drops on E, and your pinky will drop 1 to A, while your left hand moves to the F sharp. You woke the morning up. 4. And then the next one will, the left hand is different if you remember, up to the A, but the right hand goes back to the first one that we played, the inverted G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last one, left hand goes to E, and the right hand will drop, the thumb will drop 2 down to B, the second finger will be on E, and your pinky will drop 1 from B down to A. 1, 2, on this third one, we switch fingers, same note, E, but we'll use our middle finger so that on the fourth one, we can actually reach down and do this little walk down. So the last measure will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this walk down is their eighth notes, so it's a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start back into the beginning one. It'll take a little practice getting into that transition, but it shouldn't be too bad. The second time through the verse, the only difference is on the last chord, when your left hand's on the E, your right hand is here, you're just doing 4 of the exact same thing. You don't need to do that walk down. 1, 2, 3, 4. You woke the morning up, running off the darkest night, the longest fight I've seen. Here goes a chance I know, cashing in on all my chips, let all my ships come fly. Peace. And then we'll get into the pre-chorus.